Welcome to this episode of our program, Women World, where we are speaking on every aspect that concerns women. Today we'll be focusing on the health presidential initiatives that has been taking place for women care. Definitely Egypt has taken proactive steps for for providing women with the best health care system. The presidential initiatives for women health are of great success stories. The presidential initiatives have already started since 2019, part and in parallel of the files of the SDG, or the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is part and portion of this huge agenda and big program are women, and hence health care system for women has been given a priority and great importance here in Egypt, particularly by the leadership and the governmental institutions. We'll be focusing on that in our episode today. Before we delve into discussion, first let's have this quick break and we'll come back for more discussion. Right, welcome back. And to discuss the issue, we have with us over the phone Dr. Nadia Zakhary, former Minister of Scientific Research, Professor at the National Institution for Cancer and Cairo University, and member of the National Council for Women. Dr. Nadia, a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure for me as well.
Your Excellency, here, if I may take your note about how Egypt has took proactive steps in providing the best health care for women so far.
It's great. It was a great initiative. But let me, before talking, I would like to send my condolences for all the Palestinian victims. Regarding the initiative of health, it started with hepatitis C virus, the blood pressure and sugar, and the non-communicable diseases. One of the most important one of the non-communicable diseases is the cancer, and especially the breast cancer, which took a great care from the president, and an initiative was done for prevention and early detection for breast cancer for women. We used to do it in a sporadic way with a very low number of women that used to do it, but now after the initiative, all women can do the mammogram, and then if one of them was found to have cancer, she goes to be treated in the hospitals without any money, like the National Cancer Institute and Qasr Al-Aini and Ain Shams hospitals. So I want to tell you what is the importance of this initiative. We have four grades of, or four stages of cancer. The first, the second, the third, and the fourth. Of course, the first is the most mild, with a very small tumor. If a woman can know that she has this mild tumor and go and make a sort of surgery to remove it, she will be cured by about 90%. But if we leave the women till they go through stages 3 and 4, the healing is a very low percentage. So that's why it is very important to make the early detection. It is important as well to let them know how to protect them from cancer. About 30% of the cases that enter the National Cancer Institute are breast cancers. So the National Cancer Institute is involved in the presidential initiatives And any woman can find a place to make early detection, whether with a mammogram or those who are under 40, they can do it with the ultrasound. And if any of them has cancer, she can enter the institute and do what is recommended for her, other investigations, surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and whatever.
Dr. Nadia, you pinpointed your finger on the presidential initiatives, particularly the cancer detection issue, which is precautionary measure that can be taken in order to women to avoid the deterioration of the situation. If we speak here about the how Egypt has been putting precautionary measures and steps, and we are aware that around 34 million women have been already screened at health units across all governorates of Egypt and at different scales.
Exactly.
How do you view that, and how do you assess the importance those steps that were taken by Egypt?
Let me say another important thing is that not all the tumors are malignant. Only few of them are malignant. So when a woman finds a sort of tumor in her breast, she shouldn't be so furious. She has to go to a physician to know whether this is malignant or not. You're telling me what is the importance of early detection. I want to say that every girl after the age of 15 has to make her self-examination, and if she finds a lump in her breast, she has to run and make the suitable investigations, because at that time the curing is 90%. This is the importance of early detection. I have to know it early. That's why abroad the rate of curing is much more than in Egypt, because they can detect the cancer early. Detecting the cancer early means curing of the cancer. Cancer is not so fatal as all people think. Many of the patients are cured from cancer in conditions they can know it early.
In order to be able to do that, there should be a kind of raising awareness campaigns.
Yes, exactly. And that is what we are doing, and that is one of the pillars of the presidential initiative, is to make a sort of knowledge for the campaign. What is the importance of doing this? It's not only an initiative to cure them, but it is an initiative to give them knowledge, how to make self-examination, what is the importance of making this early detection, what is the hazard of some facts we are doing and we don't know that they are hazardous, what is the importance of food, what is the importance of increasing our immunity, what is the importance of working and playing sports, even walking. This raises our immunity.
Yes. Dr. Nadia, definitely this important health or presidential health initiative on cancer and pre-detection. There are also other important initiatives, as you said respectively at the very beginning, for the health of women at large. We're speaking about the non-communicable diseases. We're speaking about providing all the health care system for women and for Egyptians at large.
For Egyptians in general, yes.
We're speaking about 100 million healthy lives.
Yes.
If I may know more about the presidential health initiatives that have been carried out, particularly for women in the past period, and how successful or how were they stories of success?
They were successful because those who were known as having a sort of cancer, they don't wait, but they have places in the hospitals to reject this tumor and to take further health care, like chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or whatever they need.
No, I'm speaking also about the other diseases and the other health initiatives for women.
For women, let me say for the general, not only for women. For the blood pressure were done for the Egyptian, and many patients didn't know that they had blood pressure. The diabetes, which is the sugar, many didn't know that they have sugar, and this is a disease that is, if it is neglected, it causes many side effects. For the children in the schools, the dwarfism and their ophthalmology, their sight was also tested. Many initiatives were made for the health.
Yes.
And now we are trying in the National Cancer Institute to make a sort of initiative, not only for the breast cancer for women, but also for the cervical cancer and for other cancers that affect the women. What about the vaccination against the papilloma virus, which causes cancer for some women? Many studies are now initiated to show what can we do for women and protect her from many diseases that affect her, not only the breast cancer. Smoking and the drugs, we also care for that to make a sort of, campaigns. I want to tell you that not only in health the initiatives were done, but also the SDGs were devoted to the women to empower her economically, social, political, and in leadership as well.
Definitely.
So there are many initiatives after the president has took his presidential position at 2016, and you know that 2017, was a year devoted to women, and many awards were devoted to women after that year. So I think we are living in a golden age for women now.
Yes, definitely the year of 2017 was definitely dedicated for women and for the great role played in their society. They are partners to the whole society. If I may ask you here, how important are those initiatives, on top of which was definitely the eradication of virus C, that was for men and women, for the whole population at large? How important are those initiatives for the Egyptian, or how did this reflect on Egypt?
If we talk about health, of course, it is important to the health of people. Yes. I cannot say, everybody can know what is important and how it is important our health is. But if I talk about the leadership, women at the past didn't take their chance to be a leader. They work, and they are 50% of those working in the scientific research, but they didn't take leadership positions like president of university, a dean, and so on. Now it is much more better, and there are many courses for how a woman can be a leader. Yes. It is very important to give the woman her chance, because she's working like men, but she doesn't take the chance like men, but now she took it.
Yes, indeed, empowering women.
Empowering women.
Yes, empowering women is a great file of Egypt, but I'm here specified because this episode is only on the health file. Definitely, empowering women would take other more and more episodes, because we can't stop speaking about the golden age the women are living in.
If I will talk about health, let me say that the children, if we dedicated many chances for the children to have better immunity, to have better health, to be stronger by sports, to make them worm analysis, to make them sight analysis, these are the young and these are the men and women of the future. So if I have a healthy person, I will have a healthy country and a successful country. So it is very important to know their health and problems since they are still at school.
Indeed. How important is it for Egypt to coordinate between the public sector and the governmental institutions, along with the private sector, in order to be able to unite the vision and the perception of providing the best health care system?
I didn't get your question, but you are asking how can it be easy
How
to
can
let
we
the public know?
How can we coordinate between the public and the private sector in order to unite the perceptions and the vision towards giving the best healthcare system?
Of course, working together as a public and a governmental and a private sector, this must be the route to get better health or better anything, not only health, because the country cannot do everything by its own. So the public and the private should unite together with the government to do it. People must have faith that all what is done is for their benefit. They must feel with the benefit they took now for their children and for everybody.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Nadia Zakhary, former Minister of Scientific Research, professor at the National Cancer Institute, Cairo University, and member of the National Council for Women. We thank you so much for being with us and for your input. Before we continue on with our discussion, let's first have this quick report, and the report will be on the health or the presidential health initiatives for women. So let's watch.
As part of the state's keenness on maintaining healthy households and society at large, the Presidential Egyptian Women's Health Initiative was launched to promote the health of Egyptian women. Women were targeted in particular as a bracket in their need of health education and care. Health Minister Khaled Abdel Ghaffar said that 33 million women have been screened as part of the Presidential Initiative to support women's health. In his speech marking the International Women's Day, the minister said that at least 32,000 people was trained to join the initiative that was launched in 2019 to screen 28 million women over 18 years old nationwide. He said that health services are offered to women under the initiative at 3,500 centers and 102 hospitals. The initiative is part of the 100 Million Health Initiative, which has screened over 60 million people for hepatitis C. The political leadership gives top priority to supporting women's causes. The state spares no effort to provide the best medical service to women, and the minister reviewed the efforts exerted by the Egyptian medical system through the 100 Million Health Initiative. He also commended the role played by the NGOs and the relevant sectors concerned with the women's causes to provide the best health services to women. Egypt took proactive steps in providing the best health care for women. In the session entitled The Presidential Initiative for Women's Health, Success Stories and International Cooperation, held at the conclusion of the second edition of Africa Health ExCon in Cairo, he stated the initiative focuses on early detection and data management, as well as training medical teams and disseminating scientific researches. Abdel Ghaffar highlighted the importance of advertising and awareness campaigns by communicating with women in their places of residence and work, noting that more than 20 million women from the age of 18 received health education.
Right, welcome back, and back with our discussion. Let me here welcome our guests over the phone, Dr. Navana Hussain, coordinator of the Presidential Health Initiatives of Cancer Early Detection. Thank you, Dr. Navana, for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. And the presidential initiative started since 2019. Can you please illustrate on those initiatives and their success so far?
Since about 4 years, there is a direction from the country and the president of the importance of early detection of cancer and how it plays an important role in the complete cure from cancer. So the Presidential Initiative for Women's Health, it started in 2019 for the screening and early detection of cancer breast. And it's already screened lots of women and with an early detection for lots of cancers. And it has a very good success till now. It's already working. And since in last June, there is another presidential initiative for the early detection and treatment for another 4 types of cancers, which are the cancer prostate, cancer cervix, cancer lung, and colon cancer. Yes. And it aims at the early detection of these types of cancers to reach the complete cure either.
All these initiatives were of great success and success stories indeed. And definitely there were more than 34 million women who already who were screened. Yes. If I may ask you here, there are several efforts that are made in order to make such effort of success. One of them is how you approach women in order to raise the awareness and make them carry out with the early detection and be convinced. How do you do that? How do you or how do you communicate with women? How do you approach women across the country? How do you convince them to do that?
Actually, when we started, it was really hard to convince women, as you said, to go and screen without having a disease. Just that we are asking normal women to go and do the examination and do the imaging if needed. So this needed to change the culture, to change the mindset that we need to go and screen for early detection and so on. So we worked on the awareness for the women everywhere. We went to the women and in every place and in every celebration about the importance of the early detection and how the cancer is not anymore, it is a lethal disease, it's cured, and we already reached more than 90% cure rate in the breast cancer, which is really, among cancers, it's a very good percent. So by that, actually, when we say this in 2023, I can say that it's completely different. The women go to, even in our private clinics, by the way, we found that every woman feels that there is pain or something abnormal. They go and they are afraid and they need to check themselves and so on. So I think this is a great success for the prevention initiative.
Dr. Nirvana, if I may ask you here about the importance of boosting coordination between the public and private sector, because there is no way that the governmental efforts alone would succeed without the help of all sectors together. So from your point of view, how do you coordinate with the private sector to develop this modern vision and the perspectives of the contribution of the whole society at large?
Actually, the presidential initiatives were able to do this. It is about the collaboration between all sectors of the country, the private, the public, the insurance, the NGOs, that they all work with the same process. The presidential initiatives do a process for the patient flow, where to go and when to go and what after what and so on. So all of these sectors, they work together throughout the same process. This is what happened in the breast cancer, actually. Plus, it provided all treatments, all the guidelines that you can read all over, the international guidelines, the American and the European. It was applied in the presidential initiative, and all without the patient can pay anything. It's all on behalf of the country. Right. So that's why the presidential initiative was able to make all the sectors collaborate together for one aim, which is the early detection and early treatment.
Dr. Nirvana, finally here, if I may ask you about the plans put by the ministry and all the concerned parties in the health system of Egypt for this upcoming stage, particularly that the leadership is giving high priority for the health file in Egypt?
The plan is, as you said, that all the sectors, they work together for the early detection of cancers in general. Maybe we are taking them into steps to cover all types of cancers with the same patient flow, with the same treatment protocols, so that you can reach the highest cure rate in Egypt.
Indeed. And I guess we are all hopeful for the best results and the best outcome and more of success stories. Dr. Nirvana Hussein, the coordinator of the Presidential Health Initiatives for Cancer Early Detection. We thank you so much for being here over the phone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And definitely, Egypt and the leadership has been given the utmost care for this very particular file in Egypt. And women in particular were given the highest priority, since women are the important water of this society. I guess that will be seeing more and more of the success stories at this upcoming stage. And I guess that takes us to the end of this episode of Women World. Next, we'll be speaking about more and more of the Women World stories of success. Many thanks for watching.